Hello everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are continuing with our flight down to Montpellier from Leeds. You catch me just before our top of descent. We've got about 10 miles to go. I'm going to reset the MCP altitude down to 10,000 for now, just so that we can get our descent going, and then we'll have a look at the weather and some charts. I'll go into plan mode quickly and start doing some stuff down there. See how our arrival will look like. Now that's a little bit messed up. Okay. Right. Let me have a look at this on Navigraph, because that does not look fun going to flights. It's the first time I've used the charts this flight, and I'll have a look at the arrivals, the approach charts for here. Right, so ILS Zulu starts at SPIG. Let's have a look at the stars. I can't remember which one I'm actually going to fly on. It was the... there we go. Okay, right, so I should just be able to fly downwind the runway and get rid of this stuff. Drag required. I'll get the speed brake out a little bit. It's very slow, the speed brake. I don't know how I can change that. Oh well. There we go. I don't know why we need so much drag already when we've only just started our descent. That's okay, we can deal with that. Let's go into the legs page. So we want to go Aztec. I want to get rid of the one before that. Okay. That's better. That's, I think, pretty much all I needed to do. SBIG. And then runway 30. So despite the fact that there's some strange lines getting in the way, I don't know what those lines are there for. Osler SPIG. Ah, that's why. Because I want to get rid of that one. That's better. Perfect. So that's the problem solved with that then. I think I can put the speed brake away. And then that should be the flight plan looking alright. If I step through that. Yeah, that looks absolutely fine to me. Now let me get the weather up for FMT Metar. We'll have a read. Right, so report was made 14 minutes ago. Winds 4 knots at 120 degrees. Cav okay. 17 degrees. QNH 1016. That is pretty good. Nothing to worry about weather-wise. So yeah, that is okay from my point of view. It's been quite a cloudy trip down. The clouds have cleared up as we get further and further south, but behind us you can see the weather hasn't been too kind to us in terms of getting a nice view, which is why there haven't been so many cinematics on this flight. If you haven't watched the departure video, then I highly recommend you do, because then maybe this flight will make a little bit more sense to you. I'll link that in the top right hand corner very shortly, if I get round to editing. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, looking pretty good. We've had a nice, quite chilled flight down. I'll have a look on Volanta. I know you can't see this because it's on game capture. But yeah, we've had a very stable, very decent flight down. We are only about, it's saying only about 8 minutes off of arriving at Montpellier, but obviously that's birds, that's like as the crow flies. So we kind of fly downwind a bit and then capture the ILS on the way back. So it'll take us a little bit longer, possibly about 20 minutes before we land down at Montpellier, which is about 80 miles away in total. A little bit more. Yeah, let's say 90 miles, including everything that's happening on the arrival. Everything else is looking pretty good. We are currently passing 22,000 feet. I'll put the seatbelt signs on when we get to about 16,000 probably. Sounds like a decent idea. Overhead panel's looking all good. Pressurization panel. We'll check that we're descending okay. Yeah, we are descending in cabin. Pressure by a decent amount. Fantastic. Everything is doing what I want it to do. Right then, we're about 16,500 feet, and the wind is getting up and it's a little bit turbulent over these mountains, so I'll stick the seatbelt signs on now, get all the plebs in the back to sit down, and what's the transition altitude? Very good question. Let's have a look at the charts. I'm guessing probably about 6,000. I'll chuck it in as 7,000 anyway. Does it think we need a bit of... yeah. It can't decide if we need to put the speed brakes out or not. We're currently decelerating quite nicely anyway. For this arrival, I think I'm going to take flaps 30, 142 knots, 108.55 for the ILS. So I will chuck that in now as 108.55. As for the rest of it, yeah, I'm going to chuck in 7,000 for the transition altitude. Drag required. Shush. I'm convinced that's not the case. Oh, maybe it is actually. Just slow it down a little bit more. Are we hitting where we need to be altitude wise? 11,734. Will be a little bit high. That's fine. We can allow for that at the moment. I'll bring this altitude bug down to 3,000. Oh, it's 2,000 from SPIG. Let's go 2,000 then, on the bug already. Yeah, I haven't actually flown into Montpellier in the flight sim before. I've been into Marseille and obviously Nice, slightly further down the coast. Nice has scenery. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Marseille, I think it does. I think there is scenery available for it. I just haven't got it because I don't fly there enough, and the same here. But as far as I'm aware, the scenery for Montpellier is not great. There's a dev called France VFR who's done loads of French airports, hence the name. And they're all kind of they're okay for the price. They're good, but their price reflects the quality. I think it's about £8 per airport. So I would rather not, essentially. I'll put the speed brakes back. We're at good speed again, so that's all good. 11,000 feet, kind of exactly where we want it to be in terms of altitude at the moment, and we'll be flying downwind of the airport very soon. I'll keep my eye out for the visual. I can't remember where exactly the airfield is. Must be over that way or something. Oh, this is good. Can't even find the airport that I'm meant to be landing at. Oh, okay, it's directly ahead of us. Still haven't found it. Or maybe. Possibly have. That's encouraging. Right. So we know where we're going. Good start. Landing lights can come on. Seatbelt signs are on. What else do we need? All the lights are okay as they are. Packs are on. Fuel pumps are all on. Okay. No failures. No lights. So we're doing alright. I'll set the course to 303. Just for the ILS. Right, we're onto the downwind now, and there's the airport. Have a visual. Should be a pretty nice approach actually, going over the coast. And I will get rid of standard pressure. The pressure was 1016, I think. Yep. Lovely. Perfect. In terms of the glide path, I don't think we're quite there. Get the speed brake out again. Start slowing us down a little bit more. Auto brake can go to 2. Don't think we need anything more than that. But the runway's not excessively long. It's not short either. Let me have a look at the runway information. Okay, it's 2,600 meters, so that's okay. There's the city down below us, looking pretty good. And the airport. yeah, I mean the scenery is not ideal, but it definitely does the job. The Microsoft Flight Sim default scenery is not bad compared to the likes of X-Plane 11. I haven't, on the subject of X-Plane, considered getting X-Plane 12 yet because I am too invested in Microsoft Flight Sim. Not because X-Plane 12 is a bad simulator or anything, because I think it is probably very good. It's just that I'm not going to put money into two simulators, because I think that would probably not be great. So, how are we doing? Not too bad. We will get to 2,000 feet in plenty of time before we get to the SPIG waypoint, which we are almost going to be parallel to in a minute. Speed brake's still out. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to put the flaps out in a minute. I'm going to put the fuel crossfeed on actually, there's a bit of an imbalance. Just so that I am not worried about that as we come into land. I'm flying manually. So that should eventually kind of sort itself out. There's only a little bit in the centre tanks actually, I might use that as well. Get that out of the centre tanks anyway. Just in case we have to divert for whatever reason. I don't think the weather's that bad. The weather is actually pretty good. Visibility is amazing here. And there's not a cloud in the sky. This is where I want to be. Right, we'll take the left turn very, very shortly and come back onto the final approach. I will turn Vorlock on, and we started our turn. I love the reflections in this sim, they're really good. Even on the settings that I'm running them, the reflections are brilliant. Just waiting for, waiting for us to go wings level again. And then hopefully we'll capture the VOR. Not the VOR, localizer, that's what I meant. Okay, there we go. We are here. Let's chuck the approach mode on. And I'll go flaps 1. And that's got us on a pretty much perfect approach. Go flaps 2. And chop the gear down in a minute. Just want to get these flaps out as soon as I can, really. And I think it was 142 the VREF. It's not going to tell me what the wind's doing, is it? That's a bit annoying. Never mind. Right, gear down. There's flaps 15, we've got 2 stages to go. Oh, what is it doing? There we go. Try and get it back down to VREF again. There we go, that's flaps 30. 1,000 feet. Autopilot disengaged. And auto throttle's disengaged as well. Sim always does this. It kind of stutters when the sim loads in, when the scenery loads in. Not that there is any special scenery. It just likes to lag a bit on the approach. That's fine though, so long as it recovers before it actually comes to land. Get rid of that, that's just the centre tanks. $50, $40, $30, $20, $10. Knots. Right, welcome everybody to Montpellier. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Auto brake can go to off and flaps can come up. We'll take that exit there. Perfect. Landing lights can come off. I kind of forgot about runway turn-offs and taxi lights, but they can come on. Fuel pumps can come off on back there. I'll go straight onto the apron really. Strobe lights can go back to steady. And yeah, that should pretty much do, apart from the APU, which I'll get on now. Probably won't take a jetway stand, to be honest, so I will possibly... I've taxied too far for that now anyway. Yeah, actually I'll go for this one here. Runway turn-off lights and taxi lights off. Oh, the rudder's really sensitive on the ground. Oh my god. I'm not going to look outside again, jeez. There's GSX again. I'm putting my finger down on GSX. Right. Parking brake set. APU buses on crossfeed can come off. Fuel pumps can come off. That's everything done from up here. AP bleed can come on, engine bleeds can come off, isolation valve open, left pack can stay on, and engines can come off. Right, brilliant. That is our flight to Montpellier from Leeds completed. Quite a nice, pretty chilled flight. Nothing too exciting, but it was quite a nice approach. Window heats can, actually I'll leave them on, and I will pretty much leave this aircraft in a turnaround state, ready to go back home again to Leeds. It's been a good flight. Let's go and get some ground services in. FS actions, ground services, we'll set the chocks. I won't do ground power, I'll just leave it on the APU. We'll request the stairs and the loaders, and then I'll just check that GSX hasn't started itself up again, because I am positive it probably has. Phoenix bootstrapper doesn't need to be on. I don't know why that is on. Yeah, GSX is, if you're considering getting it, then I would dissuade you for now. It might get better. I'm hoping it does. We'll have to just wait and see, really, when it comes to that. But never mind. We're here. And the frame rate, again, has turned to something very much less than ideal. But we're here nonetheless. Hope you have enjoyed. Just wait for the ground services to connect anyway. I'm very, very sorry about this choppiness. It is unbearable. But it's been happening for a while, ever since I got GSX. And I haven't managed to solve the problem. So that's something I'll have to sort out. But anyway, I'll try and get the camera in a good view and leave it still. There we go. Right. Thank you very much for watching this two-part video. I will perhaps record again one day. No guarantees. And I'll also be maybe one day in the future at some point, possibly next year, returning to Heathrow, maybe doing a bit of plane spotting, we'll see. Again, no guarantees, but I hope you enjoyed the content anyway. Frame rate is back to normal, thank God for that. But yeah, more content soon, fingers crossed. I've been kind of reluctant to record Flight Sim for a while because I keep on having issues, but thought why not, so yeah, that's why I kind of returned for a couple of episodes. That's it, really. Thank you once again for tuning into the video and watching all the way through, and watching through the two parts if you have done so, and I'll see you in the next one, where I might be flying somewhere different in another aircraft. We'll see. See you later. Bye.